Have you ever wondered how international politics can be swayed quietly from the inside? Imagine a world where decisions are made, not in grand halls of power, but in the hushed whispers of backroom deals. This is the world of espionage, where information is the ultimate weapon and loyalty is a fragile thing. Today, we find ourselves peering into this shadowy realm, investigating the story of Mayor Alice L. Guo, a rising star in Philippine politics, now suspected of being a pawn in a much larger game. Mayor Guo's story is a complex tapestry woven with ambition, power, and whispers of betrayal. Her journey from a local businesswoman to a prominent political figure is remarkable, but recent events have cast a long shadow over her achievements. Suspicions of her allegiance to China have sent shockwaves through the Philippine political landscape, raising questions about the extent of her influence and the potential consequences of her actions. This is not just a story about one woman's alleged deception. It's a stark reminder of how vulnerable democracies can be to manipulation from external forces. Mayor Guo's case highlights the insidious nature of espionage, where loyalties are tested and the line between patriotism and treachery becomes blurred. This investigation will delve into the intricate web of allegations, evidence, and implications surrounding Mayor Guo's alleged activities, shedding light on a story that could have profound consequences for both the Philippines and the world. As we embark on this journey, we must remember that the truth is often elusive, obscured by layers of secrecy and misinformation. Our goal is to unravel these layers, to separate fact from fiction, and to present a clear and unbiased account of this unfolding drama. The stakes are high and the implications are far-reaching. This is not just a local story. It's a story that speaks to the fragility of international relations and the constant struggle to safeguard democratic values in an increasingly interconnected world. Alice L. Guo was not born into a world of power and privilege. Her story began in a small town in the Philippines, where she grew up in a working-class family. From a young age, she exhibited a sharp intellect and an unwavering determination to succeed. After completing her education, she ventured into the world of business, quickly establishing herself as a shrewd and ambitious entrepreneur. Her ventures spanned various sectors, from real estate to import-export, and her success brought her considerable wealth and influence. Guo's foray into politics was a natural progression, driven by her desire to serve her community and make a lasting impact. She ran for local office, campaigning on a platform of economic development and social progress. Her charisma, coupled with her reputation as a successful businesswoman, resonated with voters, propelling her to a landslide victory. As mayor, Guo was known for her hands-on approach and her unwavering commitment to her constituents. She spearheaded numerous infrastructure projects, revitalized local industries, and implemented social welfare programs that benefited the most vulnerable members of society. Her tireless efforts earned her widespread popularity and admiration, solidifying her position as a rising star in Philippine politics. Her story was one of resilience, ambition, and dedication, a testament to the power of hard work and perseverance. However, beneath the surface of Guo's meteoric rise, whispers of a different narrative began to emerge, whispers that hinted at a more complex and potentially sinister reality. The whispers spoke of clandestine meetings, undisclosed affiliations, and a hidden allegiance to a foreign power. These whispers, at first faint and easily dismissed, grew louder and more insistent, eventually culminating in a storm of accusations that would forever alter the course of Mayor Guo's life and cast a long shadow over her legacy. The whispers began subtly, circulating in the corridors of power and in hushed conversations among political insiders. At first, they were dismissed as mere rumors, fueled by envy and political maneuvering. But as time passed, the whispers grew louder, fueled by a steady drip of information that hinted at something more sinister lurking beneath the surface of Mayor Guo's impeccable facade. The allegations centered around Guo's alleged ties to the Chinese government. Some sources claimed that she had been cultivated by Chinese intelligence operatives for years, gradually drawn into their web of influence through a combination of financial incentives and promises of political support. Others pointed to Guo's business dealings, alleging that her companies had benefited from favorable treatment by the Chinese government, suggesting a quid pro quo arrangement in which Guo's political influence was used to advance Chinese interests in the Philippines. The accusations were met with a mixture of disbelief and concern. Many found it difficult to reconcile the image of the dedicated public servant with the alleged profile of a cunning operative working for a foreign power. Guo's supporters vehemently denied the allegations, dismissing them as baseless slander aimed at tarnishing her reputation and derailing her political ascent. They argued that her success was a product of her own hard work and dedication, not the result of any nefarious dealings. However, as more evidence emerged, the denials began to ring hollow. Financial records, travel documents, and intercepted communications painted a troubling picture, suggesting a pattern of behavior that was difficult to ignore. The whispers, once easily dismissed, transformed into a chorus of accusations demanding answers and accountability. The story of Mayor Alice L. Guo, the rising star of Philippine politics, was now inextricably linked to a much larger and more complex narrative, one that involved international intrigue, political manipulation, and the delicate balance of power in a rapidly changing world. The allegations against Mayor Guo were not based on mere speculation. A trail of evidence began to emerge, painting a compelling, albeit circumstantial, picture of her alleged involvement in espionage. Financial records revealed a series of suspicious transactions between Guo's companies and entities linked to the Chinese government. These transactions, often disguised as legitimate business deals, involved significant sums of money flowing into Guo's accounts, raising questions about the true nature of these financial exchanges. Travel records showed that Guo had made frequent trips and individuals with known ties to Chinese intelligence agencies. While Guo claimed these trips were related to her business interests, the timing and frequency of her visits raised eyebrows among investigators. Perhaps the most damning evidence came in the form of intercepted communications. Intelligence agencies, using sophisticated surveillance techniques, managed to intercept a series of emails and phone calls between Guo and individuals suspected of being Chinese operatives. The content of these communications, while often cryptic, hinted at a coordinated effort to influence Philippine policy decisions in favor of Chinese interests. These intercepts, combined with the financial and travel records, formed a web of evidence that was difficult to ignore. While not conclusive proof of Guo's guilt, the evidence was strong enough to warrant a full-scale investigation into her activities. The emergence of this evidence sent shockwaves through the Philippine government and the public at large. What began as whispers and rumors had transformed into a full-blown scandal, threatening to undermine public trust in elected officials and raising serious questions about the vulnerability of Philippine democracy to foreign interference. The allegations against Mayor Guo sent shockwaves through Philippine society, dividing public opinion and sparking heated debates across the country. On one side of the divide were those who believed the accusations, pointing to the mounting evidence as proof of Guo's treachery. They saw her as a wolf in sheep's clothing, a cunning manipulator who had used her position of power to betray her country for personal gain. These individuals, often fueled by a sense of patriotism and a deep distrust of China's growing influence in the region, demanded swift and decisive action against Guo. They called for her immediate removal from office and for a thorough investigation into her activities, with the hope of exposing the full extent of her alleged crimes and bringing her to justice. On the other side of the spectrum were Guo's supporters, who remained steadfast in their belief in her innocence. They argued that the accusations were politically motivated, a smear campaign orchestrated by her rivals to discredit her and derail her promising political career. They pointed to her track record as a dedicated public servant, her unwavering commitment to her constituents, and her numerous achievements as mayor. They questioned the validity of the evidence presented, arguing that it was circumstantial at best and could be easily explained away. They accused the media of sensationalizing the story, fueling public hysteria, and unfairly targeting Guo without due process. The divide in public opinion reflected the complex realities of Philippine politics, where personal loyalties, political affiliations, and deeply ingrained beliefs often clouded judgment. The Guo case became a lightning rod for existing tensions and anxieties, exacerbating societal divisions and highlighting the fragility of trust in a democracy grappling with external pressures and internal challenges. The spy accomplishments were now grappling with a sense of betrayal and disillusionment. Many felt personally deceived, questioning whether the woman they had entrusted with their votes and their future had been living a lie all along. The scandal cast a long shadow over Guo's legacy. The infrastructure projects she had spearheaded, the social welfare programs she had implemented, and the economic progress she had fostered were now tainted by the suspicion of ulterior motives. Some residents, struggling to reconcile the allegations with their personal experiences, clung to the belief in Guo's innocence. They recalled her warmth, her attentiveness to their concerns, and her genuine desire to improve their lives. They argued that the Guo they knew, the woman who had dedicated herself to their well-being, could not possibly be the cunning manipulator depicted in the media. However, as the evidence mounted and the scandal deepened, even the most ardent supporters found their faith shaken. The spy mayor scandal served as a stark reminder of the fragility of trust in leadership. It highlighted the vulnerability of communities to manipulation and the profound impact that such betrayals can have on the social fabric. For the people who had placed their faith in Mayor Guo, the scandal was a painful lesson in the complexities of power, the elusive nature of truth, and the enduring consequences of deception. The spy mayor scandal has far-reaching implications for the Philippines, extending beyond the immediate repercussions of one mayor's alleged actions. The scandal has exposed the vulnerability of Philippine democracy to foreign interference, raising serious questions about the integrity of the country's political processes and the ability of its institutions to safeguard national interests. Moreover, it has fueled public distrust in elected officials, eroding faith in the government's ability to act in the best interests of its citizens. The perception of widespread corruption and foreign influence has created a climate of cynicism and disillusionment, making it increasingly challenging for the government to effectively govern and address pressing societal issues. Additionally, the spy mayor scandal has also strained relations between the Philippines and China. The allegations of Chinese espionage have inflamed anti-China sentiments within the Philippines, leading to calls for stronger measures to counter Chinese influence in the country. This tension has complicated diplomatic efforts and could potentially jeopardize economic cooperation between the two nations. The scandal has forced the Philippine government to confront the reality of foreign interference in its domestic affairs and to reassess its security protocols to better protect its sovereignty. The Guo case serves as a stark reminder that the Philippines, like many other nations, operates in a complex geopolitical landscape where external forces are constantly vying for influence and advantage. The scandal has underscored the importance of vigilance, transparency, and accountability in safeguarding democratic values and protecting national interests in an increasingly interconnected and competitive world. The spy mayor scandal has not only sent shockwaves through the Philippines, but has also reverberated across the international community, drawing attention to the growing threat of Chinese espionage and its potential impact on global stability. The allegations against Mayor Guo have provided a glimpse into the methods employed by Chinese intelligence agencies to exert influence and gather intelligence in foreign countries. These methods, often involving a combination of financial inducements, political manipulation, and covert surveillance, have raised concerns among Western governments about the extent of Chinese espionage activities and their potential to undermine democratic institutions and disrupt international relations. The scandal has prompted calls for greater cooperation among like-minded nations to counter Chinese espionage activities and to develop strategies to protect their national interests from foreign interference. The Guo case has also fueled debates about the balance between economic cooperation and security concerns in dealing with China. Many countries are grappling with the challenge of maintaining strong economic ties with China while simultaneously addressing the potential risks posed by its assertive foreign policy and its alleged involvement in espionage activities. The spy mayor scandal has served as a wake-up call for the international community, highlighting the need for vigilance, coordination, and a robust response to the growing threat of foreign interference in democratic societies. The Guo case has underscored the interconnected nature of global security, demonstrating how events in one country can have far-reaching consequences, shaping international relations and influencing the global balance of power. The spy mayor scandal, while deeply troubling, has also served as a catalyst for greater awareness and vigilance. The public's attention has been drawn to the often hidden world of espionage, prompting a national conversation about the importance of safeguarding democratic values and protecting national interests from foreign interference. The scandal has emphasized the crucial role of investigative journalism in uncovering the truth and holding those in power accountable. The work of journalists, often operating under challenging circumstances and facing significant risks, has been instrumental in exposing the alleged activities of Mayor Guo and bringing this story to light. The scandal has also underscored the importance of public engagement and civic participation in safeguarding democracy. An informed and engaged citizenry is essential to holding elected officials accountable, demanding transparency, and ensuring that the government acts in the best interests of its people. The spy mayor scandal has served as a stark reminder that democracy is not a spectator sport. It requires active participation, critical thinking, and a willingness to speak out against injustice and abuse of power. The Guo case has demonstrated that even in seemingly stable democracies, the threat of foreign interference is real and ever-present. It has highlighted the importance of vigilance, awareness, and a collective commitment to safeguarding democratic values and institutions from those who seek to undermine them. Remember to subscribe for more investigative insights like these. The spy mayor scandal is a story that is still unfolding, a complex tapestry woven with intrigue, betrayal, and the high stakes of international politics. As we conclude this exploration, it is crucial to remember that the quest for truth is an ongoing process, requiring continuous vigilance, critical thinking, and a willingness to challenge assumptions. The Guo case has exposed the vulnerability of democracies to manipulation and the insidious nature of espionage, reminding us that the battle for truth and transparency is a constant struggle. As we move forward, it is essential to remain curious, to question narratives, and to seek out diverse perspectives. The world is a complex and interconnected place, where events in one corner of the globe can have far-reaching consequences. Subscribe for more amazing content, and keep wondering about the world around you. By staying informed, engaging in meaningful dialogue, and demanding accountability from those in power, we can contribute to a more just and transparent world where democratic values are cherished and the pursuit of truth remains paramount. The spy mayor scandal, while deeply troubling, has also presented an opportunity for reflection, growth, and a renewed commitment to safeguarding the principles that underpin a free and open society. Let us seize this opportunity and work together to build a future where truth prevails and democracy thrives. Don't miss out on future explorations and discoveries. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our new content. Your journey of wonder continues with every video. Stay connected and engaged on social media. Continue the conversation, follow us. Thank you for being a part of the Have You Ever Wondered community. Keep wondering, keep discovering. Until next time.